Good afternoon, excuse me, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Our story begins on the Kenai Peninsula, a couple of hours south of Anchorage, Alaska. I got my buddy Chris in the back, and he's got wavy, colory, bushy hair, and it's just kind of flying in the wind. He's got an infectious laugh, and every time you go somewhere, you just want to bring him with you because he's just so much fun. I got my buddy Thomas riding shotgun, and he's looking at a map like he knows where we're going, and he doesn't have a clue. Now imagine 3 Texans in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in Alaska, driving a Ford Festiva. Now I'm looking at the epic mountains. They're beautiful and gorgeous. And I'm thinking, I need to pull over and I need to take a picture of this. And I have my instant Kodak camera. Yes, this is the time before iPhones. So I noticed a dirt road off to the side, and I start heading down it. And not too far up there, I see what looks to be like a little bit of mud. And I think you can imagine what's about to happen with 3 Texans in a Ford Festiva. I pull up confidently, and of course, I get stuck. No problem. We get out, we're assessing our situation, but before long, I notice a Toyota truck. And it's driving and it's slowing down, and it's dirty and muddy, it's got big mud tires, and it looks like it has a winch on the front of it. And here it comes, falling around. And my goodness, it does have a winch. I can't believe it. We've been stuck here in the middle of nowhere for maybe 5 minutes. It's the first person who's driving by, which may be the only person, happens to have a truck with a winch on it. The door swings open, and underneath the door, I can see muddy boots hit the ground. The jeans are even tucked inside the boots. This person is prepared. And I'm thinking, where are my muddy boots? My jeans are probably so filthy dirty. I digress. And a young lady pops out. And I'm taken aback a little bit. And she says, looks like you need a little bit of help. And I'm thinking, yes we do. We're 3 Texans, we don't know what we're doing. So she walks over to her winch, releases the line, pulls it out, hands me the hook and says, go ahead and hook this up to your back axle. Okay. So I head on out, right over to the back axle, and it's a mud pit. So I get down in the mud, and I'm wallowing in it like a pig pen. And I finally lasso that thing around the back part of the axle, and I jump up and I recover, and I give her a look, and I say, we're good to go. She raises 2 fingers up and tilts her hat as to acknowledge 10-4. And I'm like, what is going on here? Isn't she supposed to be a he? And she must have noticed this dumbfounded look on my face. Blank stare, and she just shot me a look of confidence, hopped in her truck, popped in reverse, and pulled us out of the mud. Done. But not only did she pull us out of the mud that day, she pulled out my assumptions, my ideologies, my viewpoints, and she kind of laid them out on a table in front of me. It was kind of like a potluck. And all my ideas about the world and people and different things like that are all laying over on the table. And off to the side, here's the viewpoint that says, young women don't drive big, muddy trucks with big mud tires. They don't drive trucks with winches on the front. They don't have muddy boots with their jeans already tucked inside. And men pull men out of the mud, not women. And right there, a paradigm shift occurred. She lifted the veil. And I think a lot of times we see things on TV and we think, oh, I get it. I understand what that's like. We're having a conversation with a friend, or we're hearing a story, much like the one I'm telling you right now. We think, oh yeah, I get it. But the reality is, until you experience it firsthand and see it and really kind of touch it and and let it resonate with your soul, it doesn't become real. Don't wait to get stuck in the mud to grow. Don't wait until your back is up against the wall and you are just forced to grow. Go out into the world and see something. It has something to show you. Go out and grow. And the next time you get stuck in the mud, make sure that you have a nice young lady's phone on speed dial. Mr. Toastmaster.